All right, what's up, family? Welcome back to another legendary hoop story. It's been a minute since I did this. So today we diving into one of the all-time favorite players, my all-time favorite player I like to talk about a lot. I know you guys, if you haven't seen, you go check out and down in the channel in regards to me talking about Larry Bird and Larry Legend and just being a phenomenal player he is and how impactful he is still to this day. And the one and only Larry Legend, but Larry Bird in this story is a classic. And we're taking it back to 1979, Larry Bird's first ever NBA practice at rookie camp with the Boston Celtics. And trust me, this is one you don't want to miss. And before we jump into the video, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video and would like more legendary basketball takes. Okay, so imagine this, right? The summer is '79. Larry Bird, fresh out of Indiana State, walks into the Celtics rookie camp. Now, let's be real, they were doubters. You know, when isn't there doubters, especially when you're embarking on a new journey and your visibility comes within your work ethic and your work within itself. And you don't have to speak for yourself because your work ethic, let alone your work, speaks for itself and proving how valuable you are. And in this case, this is why Larry Bird was considered phenomenal before even touching down with the Boston Celtics. So people thought he was just another overhyped college star who might not translate to the NBA. And Bird, he heard it all. And he walks into the camp, and veterans like Tiny Archibald, ML Carr, and Rick Roby already there sizing him up, of course. And they want to see if this so-called great white hope can really hoop. And of course, as we know, no doubt about it, Larry Bird didn't just answer, he made a statement. And as always, his famous line I like to say is, made men make statements. They don't just talk, they make statements, right? And you don't have to necessarily talk to make a statement. Just like Larry Bird game made a statement within itself for these guys to size them up like the way they did. So as soon as they hit the floor, the trash talk starts flying. Some of the guys are thinking, this dude's slow. He's not that strong. He's an easy matchup. But Bird, he let his game do his thing and continue to shoot very phenomenally from the arc. We all know that Larry Bird is a phenomenal shooter. And he may not be the fastest, but his work ethic basically outruns everybody. Where the simple fact is, this is evidently proven that you may not be the fastest, you may not be the quickest, you may not be the tallest, you may not be the shortest. But at the end of the day, it comes down to work ethic, and you can basically outrun anybody if you run long enough with the strong work ethic that you have. So defenders start pressing up on him. Didn't matter. Started knocking down jumper after jumper. 20 feet, bucket, 25, bucket. No matter what you do to deter him, he still made that bucket. So Bird shooting anywhere on the floor of the court was lethal. But with no further ado, let's check out this video.
That you had that ability to be something different, that you could possibly play in the NBA.
When I came in the league, there was a lot of doubters.
Yeah.
And, with my mentality, I thought, well, I'll go in there and, I'll just do my best to get better. So I go out there, and we're at Marshfield. In the summer, I was at rookie free agent camp, the first day of camp. I've had Roby, had Cowens, Tiny Archibald, and some of the other vets, ML Carr, showed up at rookie camp. All these guys came down there to see how good I was. Them guys were on the floor stretching, and here comes the white savior, here comes this, here comes that. I sort of enjoyed it because I knew I was going to battle them all day. And they played a couple days with us. And I just sort of filled my way around. They did test me.
How'd you feel you handled yourself?
Did well. I had no problem with it. But Curtis and Sidney didn't last long. They didn't even make it through the first practice. And they were cut. The ML was matched up against me, and at the time, he led the league in steals, and I knew he had quick hands, but he was just too short. He couldn't guard me. So that was just Cedric.
I'm thinking, he's slow. He can't get off a shot. He's not that strong. This is going to be a layup. Bam. knocks down a jump shot. Okay, maybe that was luck. Gets the ball again. Bam, knocks down another jump shot. Now I'm thinking like, okay, hey, you know what? I'm finna D this guy up. I'm gonna show him what it's like. 20 feet away. Bam. 25 feet away. Bam. My mind just goes to go, damn, this white guy can play. And by the end of the practice, it finished. The first black person I got to, I said, you know what? That fucking white guy can play down there. So that was my thing.
Was he giving you kind of looks, or what was it?
No, he didn't give you the looks, but then every other person of color would ask me when the Celtics got ready to play, they're like, yo, man, how's this kid Bird? You about to find out. You about to find out.
Damn.
And after 3 days, I go, wonder when these guys are going to start playing hard, you know? So ML, we went out to eat one night, and ML Carr told me, he goes, man, you're going to be really good in this league. And I said, really? I said, yeah, but you guys ain't playing. He goes, oh, yeah, we're playing. He said, they're talking about it. They think you're going to be pretty good. And I know it's just summer. I know it's not in the games, and all, but I remember one day I walked out and I go, I'm not going to have any problem in this league. That's the first time I really felt that. Growing up, coming from a small school. I made the same transition from high school to college, and even in college I had to sit out a year. So I felt that once I got to the pro level, all I had to do is learn the officials and learn the style of play that the Celtics want me to play. So we got an exhibition season, everybody, well, exhibition. And I played pretty well. When the game started, I'm always waiting for these guys to shut me down, deny me the ball. What I found out was all you got to do is shoot a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Put yourself in a position where you can come off a pick a little quicker. It don't have to be 100 mile an hour all the time, but it's got to be a thinking man's game. You got to think. You got to see what you know your plays. You know how they react. You watch the films. You know if they go under a screen or over a screen. You know if you can fade off a pick, or you come down and you go straight up, then pop out. So I always tried to put myself in a position where I could succeed with basketball. So if you watch me, very seldom did I catch the ball at 3-point line. I'd break out and try to get it 16, 17 foot. Because if I was going to run a pick and roll with Robert Parrish, and I knew they was going to step out, he could slip that pick, and all he had to do is take two steps, he's going to dunk it. So you had to think the game out. And I can remember Red says one time said if he can average 6 or 7 rebounds a game, that'd be great. Because we know he can score, and we know he's pretty active on defense. He can make some things happen, and we know he can pass. But if he can just get us 6 or 7 rebounds, we'd be happy. Well, I always thought rebounding was one of my strongest points. So I was thinking, well, I'll have trouble rebounding. But after the first exhibition game, I knew it wasn't no problem at all. There's always doubt. People always told me, well, wait till you get to the pros, this and that. But it didn't take long. It didn't take long for me to feel that I could play in this league.
Yeah, so because greats adjust. So look, what makes Bird shooting so lethal? You heard it. His high release point and quick decision making. Defenders thought they could close him out, but he had already calculated their movement before they even reacted. And his off-ball movement was elite. Constantly setting himself up in the right spots to get clean looks. And that wasn't by accident, folks. And he studied the game at a cerebral level, recognizing how defenses rotated and exploiting their every weakness, right? But by the end of practice, the entire gym was buzzing. ML Carr, one of the Celtics defensive specialists, straight up tells Bird he's phenomenal. He'll be great at this league. And Bird, cool as ever, he just nods, keep it moving. He wasn't there for validation. He already knew he belonged there, right? And that's what the beauty is. A lot of people confuses confidence with arrogance. But faith without works is dead. But if you don't believe what you're doing, then at the end of the day, it will show, and then you'll become more vulnerable to be devoured in that type of industry, whatever career, whatever choice of niche that you choose to dedicate yourself to career-wise, right? And it's an eat what you kill environment. As we all know, America is a capitalistic environment. You basically capitalize off what you're good at, but you had to be confident, even if you're not good at it right away, to have the work ethic to build yourself up. And that's what basketball, that's what it comes with. And, that rookie camp was just the beginning. When his exposition games rolled around, Bird didn't just hold his own. He dominated. His basketball IQ was off the charts. He was the most athletic guy, but he always was 2 steps ahead. He knew exactly where to position himself, how to come off screens, how to create space for a shot. And when he needed to get physical, he wasn't afraid to get down low either. So, even Red, Auerbach, the Celtics legendary coach, had his doubts at first. He thought if Bird could just grab 6 or 7 rebounds, that would be solid. But Bird, he saw rebounding as one of his strengths. He had an uncanny ability to anticipate where the ball would land, using his positioning and toughness to outwork taller, more athletic players. And his rebounding wasn't just about effort; it was strategy. He knew when to crash the boards, when to tap the ball to himself, and how to use his body to gain leverage. But by the time the regular season rolled around, it was clear this dude, Larry Bird, was special. And to put it in more perspective, the season before Bird arrived, the Celtics was a struggling team, winning only 29 games. But with Bird leading the charge, they flipped the script, winning 61 games. So they went from winning only 29 games to winning 61 games, one of the greatest single season turnarounds in NBA history. And it started off from that very first practice with Larry Bird. So Bird's impact wasn't just about scoring. It was an elite passer, always making the right reads and setting his teammates up for easy buckets. He had that Magic Johnson level court vision, but combined it with an assassin scoring ability, mentality on top of that. And defensively, he wasn't locking down guards, but he was disruptive, getting in the passing lanes, disrupting passes, and using his length to his advantage to contest shots and outwork bigger guys in the post. So what's the lesson here? Never judge a player by their looks, just like you should never judge a book by its cover, by their speed in this case when it comes to athleticism and just their athleticism in general. You just never judge the player by what you think they look like, because Larry Bird proved that skill, IQ, and confidence can take you to the top. And that's why he's one of the greatest to ever do it. So Larry Bird, Larry Legend, phenomenal as he is, always will be a blessing to the impact in the NBA history in itself. Also knocking down that black or white thing, right? As much as they try to make Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, be rivalries against each other, they never took it amongst the sport. When it comes to the best dominators, they dominated. They kept it within the sport, and it was just strictly business and professionalism. It wasn't ever a race thing. It was never divisive. They played, they compete, and it was pure talent and pure entertainment, because we all know sports in itself is entertainment. But give this video a big thumbs up if you got some value from this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. On that note, family, peace.